Alright guys, welcome back. Welcome to today's recap, and as you can see by the title, it's a triplet, meaning there are only 3 movements that we're going to focus on today. One being the hinge. We're going to do deadlifts with the barbell. We're going to grab a kettlebell, we're going to do the swing, and then we're also going to do a variation on the push-up to hit the delts a bit, and therefore basically progressing from lower back and hip drive up to the shoulders. And we're just going to do those 3. Today we're going to use the stick. I've been using the stick or an old broom handle the last couple of weeks. Simply get my upper shoulders, my upper thoracic area, getting stuff ready because I'm obviously trying to improve my range of motion and my mobility there. So as far as this, simply set the timer. You're going to grab the stick, you're going to come out to the wide grip, and you're going to start with simply you pick a number. It might be 3, it might be 5, but let's go with good mornings. So simply down to here and back up with the good mornings. When we're ready, we're going to progress the good mornings into a good morning and a press. So from here, we're going to come down and we're going to press in an outwards position, bring it back, come back up, and that's our good morning and press. We're then going to come into simply what we call bar passes. So bringing up and over, getting the shoulder going up and down and through. So that's the 3rd movement. And then to get ourselves ready for the deadlift, we're going to bring our hands in a little tiny bit, a little bit wider than what we might do with the deadlift. We're going to do a single leg RDL or a Romanian deadlift, so keeping the leg relatively straight from here, tipping at the hip, coming down to where you would be with the bar. I'll put the bar here so I can rest. I'm going to come back up. I'm going to switch legs. Again, I'm going to try and keep my balance through this, so I'm working up to the outside of my hip, calves also on, and obviously ankle mobility. So again, we're going to use the broom handle. Again, good mornings, tipping the hips, good mornings to an external press, coming into the bar passes, and coming into the single leg RDLs. You may also want to mimic the deadlift movement and change the grip of that there. Movement 1, as we said, is a deadlift. Pick a weight. I've got this set at 70 kilos, so about 70% of my body weight. It's up to you. The number that we're doing in the workout today is 15, so sets of 15. If 15 is too much for you, then one of 2 things: reduce the reps, keep the weight the same, or reduce the weight so that you can get the volume out. It's up to you, but I'm looking at a higher volume than I would normally do. I'd normally do just sets of 5 and sets of 6, obviously because I'm trying to build up heavier. So again, I'm going to bring the bar out, bar's coming back out here. Let's just use this thing. I'm going to go with a nice neutral grip, so I'm just standing position. So for me, the smooth part of the bar hits the rough. The rough is called the knurling. My thumb is basically my spacer from the smooth part out, and that's where I'm going. And I'm going with that overhand grip position. And again, I'm going to get my 15 deadlifts. I'm not slamming the bar. I'm actually trying to go a little bit of a touch and go, even maybe just stopping it before here. Head, coming up, boom, here, and boom. And I'm going to get my 15 reps. I'm then from there going to come onto the kettlebell. I'm going with a heavier kettlebell. Again, pick the weight that suits you. And I'm going for 15 Russian swings. And I'm trying to get this kettlebell, actually drive it up to eye height. I normally just go maybe 4 o'clock to 7 or 8 o'clock. Just go tick tock, but in this case, I want to go to almost 2, if not sort of 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Imagine the clock, around to the 9 and the 10. And I'm trying to get the swing right up there nice and high. Again, I'm using a lot of hip drive. Up, up, up. And again, I'm using the hips to drive the bell, which is why we're going with a heavier weight, so I'm not muscling the kettlebell up there. The drive is all from the hips. It's basically almost like superset the deadlift. Final movement, again, you're still going to feel it a little bit in the hips. It's a variation on the push-up that we call a chameleon. Actually, you're going to start on all 4s, your knees are bent, and like a chameleon, you're going to push forward and push back. Push forward and push back. So your hands are going to stay here, and your face is going to come from here, then you're going to push back almost into a downward dog type movement. and it definitely hits these guys. If you can't do these, you try to do these on your knees. So from here, coming to a bit of an angle, my feet are a little bit wider than normal. I'm coming in here, I'm almost in downward dog to start with, and then I'm going to push and back, push and back. And I'm going to get my 15 reps to do that. Now, if you're doing this at home, if you don't have any of this, by now if you've been following, you know it's a sandbag or it's a ruck. I take one of my sandbags out, one of my power bags out, and I've got that for my deadlift. Nice and easy. My ruck will also serve the same purpose. Just grab the ruck on the top and bottom of the bag. If it's a good quality ruck, you've got a handle on the top, you will have a handle on the bottom, and you will have a handle on both sides. If it's not one of those quality rucks and it's just like an old school bag, that's fine. Just simply grab it by the middle, and again, you're going to do your ruck or your sandbag. Okay. Likewise too, you're going to take the ruck of the sandbag. You may have to straighten it a little bit wider to fit it in here, but obviously don't have it this way. Turn it north-south, and you use your handle, and you can get your ruck swings or your sandbag swings as well too. Push-ups are push-ups. You can either do the chameleon or you can just do normal push-ups. But my challenge today is not to do normal push-ups on your knees. You can do chameleons on your knees. So I might come down here with my chameleon, and my hands are out here, and therefore I'm going to push forward. Push forward. And I'm still trying to push myself back. I'm more like a hinge on the way out and back. So like the door hinge, you see your door, when your door opens up in your kitchen, the hinge comes in and out, forms like an arc. So in this case, I can arc out, but I want to push back. I want to arc my body out, but I want to push back. The push is this way, it is not this way. Okay, so that's the at-home variation. Again, I simply went for 4 to 5 rounds, up to you with the timer. I'm sticking to my 30 minutes today, because I've had a few other things on the go. Hence the reason why we're going more sort of moderate weights. Just to simply raise the heart rate, get us moving after yesterday's reverse lunges and front squats using the barbell. So that's the workout. If you're doing the gym one, barbell deadlifts, kettlebell swings, chameleons, or some variation of the push-up, sets of 15, say 4 to 5 sets. Take your time. After you've completed a set, I want you to take a mandatory, say 1 minute rest. This is not a CrossFit, AMRAP, kill yourself type stuff. Not that there's nothing bad with that, that's also serves a purpose, but I want you to do one movement, nice and steady. Second movement, nice and steady. Third movement, nice and steady. Step up, step away from the working area, bring your heart rate back down, give yourself a minute, and repeat. If that's the case, then this should take you around 20 or so minutes, because you're looking at maybe say a minute for this, a minute for the swings. If that's 1 a second plus a transition, you're looking at a minute, so you're looking at 3 minutes thereabouts in a round. Let's say 5 rounds, 5, 4 to 20, add a little bit in between, and you've got 20, 24 minutes, you've got a great little workout. Again, at home, using the ruck or whatever, still the same thing, deadlift, you've got ruck or sandbag swings, and then you've got your push-up variation. That's it. My name is Dom. Please like, please subscribe, please tell a friend. The thing that we're doing here is what we simply now calling the GenX Performance Blueprint, because, dudes, I'm a Gen Xer. I turn 53 in a couple of months, and this still serves a purpose for me. Not about showing off or showboating, it's about still being strong, still being athletic, and still being in control of what the world is throwing at me. That's it, guys. Cheers.